Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. Tonight's show was headlining Moose Blood and McCafferty and a band called Lydia opened for them. It was at the 9:30 Club, so I realized that so far every show I've done has been in a new venue, which is kind of cool. Anyway, getting there. So I love the 9:30 Club, I have been there many times before, know where to park for free. So getting there is pretty easy. Still not 100% sure where I live now, how to get there without any directions, but it was good and easy. And of course, you know, once I'm on Georgia Avenue, I know where I'm going, so it's great. So getting there was super easy. I parked and walked over and got right in. It was a pretty short line. The venue had just opened when I got there. Purposely got there early because if you've never been to the 9:30 Club, it is one of the best venues that I've been to, and they have a balcony on 3/4 of the top, second floor, and I wanted to be on the balcony, so I was determined to get there early, although I knew the show wasn't sold out, but I wasn't really sure just how many people were coming. It's also the day after St. Patty's Day, so I was kind of not surprised that there weren't many people, and also Moose Blood is a smaller band from another country, so again, not that surprised when I saw the overall crowd towards the end of the night. Anyway, let's get into the band. So the opener, McCafferty, was an interesting band. They were definitely angry about something. A lot of cursing, a lot of like heartbroken, but in a mean way. Like they were just bitter, I guess is a better word. But yeah, so they were funny. There were definitely some songs that I was not into, but that had funny like lyrics, just because it was like, okay, you clearly are mad at someone. But yeah, they were a fun band and they did a good job, and you know, it was fun to see a band that I had never listened to before that had some funny moments, but definitely not as creative lyrics as I normally like a band to have. So yeah, you can be angry at an ex, but I don't know, make it subtle. Anyway, so they were okay, and then Lydia came next, and I was really looking forward to them. I had listened to them a couple times before in preparation for this concert, and I had a feeling that they would blow me away, and pretty much every song was fantastic. The sound was really excellent. You could hear the singer pretty clearly, and they did a really nice job. At one point, the lead singer switched over to the piano and they started playing Sorry Miss Jackson, which was fantastic. It was like an acoustic version that was like a little bit slower. It was really very fun to see. Again, they were really great, and I was looking forward. I had heard a couple other songs before and was hoping that their same style would come through, and they did a fantastic job. They were entertaining. They were like just such a good opener for this band. I definitely am going to check them out and suggest that you should check them out too, because they were really great. So now let's get to the headliner, Moose Blood. I had seen them before at a Real Friends concert, and they were like the opening opener. So there were like maybe 4 other bands there, and they opened the whole show, and it was just, they were so good when I saw them the first time, and I was like, well, now next time they come back, I totally have to see them again. So it was awesome to go from seeing them as like the, you know, 20-minute opener to a full headlining set. So they had a half hour in between, which is not, I guess I shouldn't say not usual. There are some times where they have a half hour in between depending on the show, but usually it's about 15-20 minutes, but this was supposed to be a full half hour, and they actually went on 5 minutes early, which I, you know, as a person who has to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, totally appreciate. So they started 5 minutes early, and the lead singer came out, and before he started the show, he just said, just so you know, I have laryngitis, so I'm sorry for my voice in advance. So that was interesting. The, you know, determined, just go to work whenever you're sick anyway type of person in me was like, yeah, man, thank you for being out here, and thank you for doing that. The speech pathologist in me, however, was like, bro, come on, man. No, go home, rest, drink some water. But he came out and he did sing, and it was great. They did an excellent job, again, considering that he had laryngitis. You know, they played a lot of songs, and they played them from start to finish. There was no you know, no long musical in-betweens, like at another concert I was at one time where the lead singer wasn't feeling too well. So I definitely appreciate that he came out there, he tried his best, but it did definitely a little bit make the concert suffer, just because if you didn't know the words by heart, it was sometimes hard to understand him. Again, understandably so, because his voice wasn't 100% there. So I think if his voice was 100% there, the concert would have been so much better. And again, like, I didn't know every word of every song by heart, so it was kind of a like unfortunate factor for me, because I think my own personal experience would have been way better if I could have heard the songs, the words in the songs, because I knew like enough of the song that I was like, oh, I know the chorus of the song, and I totally knew the lyrics too. If I had just known that he was saying that word, I maybe would have caught on. But again, for a guy with laryngitis, he did a really excellent job, and he seemed like grateful that we were there, and I don't think he was like upset at the fact that he was singing while he was sick. He seemed to genuinely be grateful, and he kept saying thank you, and at the end of the show he was like, thank you so much, I'm so sorry for my voice. So I think he was genuinely sorry that he felt like he couldn't sing, and it's not like he was spiteful or wanted to, you know, cancel the show or anything, which is, again, I mean, I respect that, I appreciate them not canceling, but I also felt terrible. I was like, oh, I'm like a bad person for enjoying him killing his throat even more. It was so bad. But again, overall, I thought they did a really nice job, and especially to have someone who's sick, it's, you know, not fun to go to a show like, or sing in a show like that. I can't imagine. So yeah, I think, see, the problem is I feel so bad because he was sick and he came out anyway. So I want to give him a high rating, and Lydia was so good, so that definitely is going to impact my rating, but I think I'm going to have to stick with my solid 7.5 rating for this show. Again, I loved Moose Blood, and I will definitely go see them again, especially knowing that he was sick. I definitely want to be able to support him in the future, the whole band, not just the lead singer, but definitely planning on supporting them in the future, especially with this new music that came out, and hopefully he'll be feeling better next time, so it won't be as bad for him, and it'll be better for me, so I can actually hear the lyrics that I would have normally understood but was missing just because of that. Anyway, thanks, and I will see you next time. It won't be for a while though. My next concert's not until like the middle of next month. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and definitely check out Moose Blood. They're great music, just listening to it through an album. So have an awesome night. Bye.